A West Michigan man convicted of stabbing a Muskegon County woman to death in 2020 could get a new trial. The state Supreme Court recently overturned the man's conviction, saying the jury should have been given the chance to consider a lesser charge of manslaughter. Tonight, 13 on Your Side's Michael Martin takes a closer look at the court's decision.
This week, Michigan's Supreme Court handed down an order effectively throwing out the second-degree murder conviction against this man, Christopher Josel.
This is people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Josel.
Previously serving a sentence of 33 to 90 years for stabbing 33-year-old Laura Sanchez to death near a Muskegon apartment complex in July 2020.
It is the jury, not the trial judge, that decides a heat of passion claim to mitigate murder to manslaughter.
Defense attorneys claim that on the night of her killing, Sanchez had provoked Josel to the point he was scared.
The evidence was that she yelled at him, she assaulted him, slamming him into a wall, causing him to cut his hand.
Arguing that because it could have been a killing committed in the heat of passion, that jurors at his 2020 trial should have been given the option of convicting him on a lesser charge.
And they decided that the trial court was wrong in failing to give the lesser included jury instruction for voluntary manslaughter.
The case now gets sent back to Muskegon County.
They made it clear and reiterated what the fundamental law is in our state, that every defendant has the right to have a properly instructed jury.
Muskegon County prosecutors telling 13 on Your Side this week that though they are disappointed by the decision, quote, "We remain fully committed to pursuing justice for Laura Sanchez and to advocating for the interests of crime victims throughout this process."
The Supreme Court is saying you can't get into the minds of a juror and guess what they would have done if properly instructed. They have a due process right to a properly instructed jury. He didn't get it.
Michael joins us now from the newsroom. And Michael, how's the family of Laura Sanchez taking this news? Have you talked to them?
Juliet, I did have the chance to speak briefly with Laura's sister. It was not easy for them to process this court decision. Of course, it brings up painful memories of the first trial. She wanted to remind everyone, though, out there to hug your loved ones, cherish them while they're here. In the newsroom, Michael Martin, 13 on Your Side.